back today from the Impact Zone, and I'm here to introduce you to the Main Event Podcast. WWE, please hire me. I think TNA is going under. Welcome, guys and girls, to episode 3 of our WWE podcast.
Welcome.
I'm one of your 3 hosts, Reza, and joining me as per usual are Arif and Imran. How are we doing, fellas?
I'm good, I'm great. How are you guys? Good to be back.
I'm great, I'm fantastic. And it really is. It's awesome to be back in this awesome studio that we have here.
Yep, it does seem like, it's been over a month now since we were last here.
Got the cobwebs in the corner already forming.
Before we do get cracking with our podcast, in case you missed our football episode, which we really have no excuse for, we provided our reasoning for the lack of content over the last month or so. We haven't got bored of this. We didn't get lazy. It's just settling in after the summer break. Adjusting to each other's schedule was a little tricky, but I'm happy we have finally figured that out.
Yep, we're back now.
So you should see regular content from now on. If we are unable to upload, check our Facebook and Twitter accounts. We will put a reason there. But the biggest reason as to why we have been quiet is because we have actually been working hard behind the scenes here at the Main Event Podcast. Because finally, something I genuinely never thought we would have. We
have trained monkeys who now write our scripts for us. I know, it was difficult, but we managed to get there. It took a lot of bananas and
peanuts.
Along with that, we finally have something which is our own. www.tme-podcast.com is the name of our very own website, our home. You can visit that for all the latest content, news, articles, keep up to date with Twitter, Facebook, all that fun stuff. So thank you.
Name our monkeys on there.
You can. Yep. So thank you to those who have supported us since our formation. We hope you continue supporting us, and we hope some of you new fans also hop on for this exciting journey. So guys, let's not waste any more time. We've been gone for a month. Before I hand it over to Imran, like I always do, just in case you haven't been keeping up to date with the WWE, I think it's good if I take you through the Battleground results, which took place just over a week ago now. Is that okay with you guys?
That's fine.
We're here.
Finally, Dolph Ziggler defeated Damien Sandow, sadly, in the kickoff show. The main card, we saw the World Heavyweight title in Battleground Hardcore Rules stipulation. Alberto Del Rio defeated Rob Van Dam.
He defeated the face, number 1.
The Real Americans defeated Santino Marella and the Great Khali.
Heel team number 2.
Curtis Axel retained his title against R-Truth, like that was
3 heel wins.
Like that was going to go any other way, let's be honest. AJ Lee defeated Brie Bella to
4 heel wins.
Retain a WWE Championship, thank God. Highly anticipated tag team bout. I was looking forward to this. Goldust and Cody Rhodes teaming up to defeat The Shield.
Again, the heels win.
Consisting of Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Then Bray Wyatt went on to defeat Kofi Kingston.
Yep, another heel.
CM Punk defeated Ryback.
Another one.
Main event time, Daniel Bryan taking on Randy Orton. WWE Championship, no winner, no interest, bad finish, bad show. So, over to Imran for his 5-point review of last week's SmackDown.
I'm going to be honest with you guys, I struggled to get 5 points this week. As in, 2 out of the 5 are just basically
fillers. You're filling it up.
I'm just filling it up. So I'm going to start off with point number 1, where Goldust and Cody Rhodes gave an interview about their battle at Battleground and their welcome back battle against the Wyatt family on SmackDown. Now, next up, point number 2. Primetime Plays came out with
Hornswoggle.
Nope.
What?
The opposite. Great Khali.
Ooh.
Yes, folks, they are a team, apparently. Khali tries to do the $1 million dance, but he cannot move at all. But guess what? They beat 3MB. Point number 3. It was the Bray Wyatt entrance here, that where he came out, he said that they say I don't belong here, that my intentions are cruel and unjust. They claim I dine with sinners and run with thieves, but the water is just fine. Come on in, we're here. Cody Rhodes and his brother, Goldust, they teamed up to face the Wyatt family in, it wasn't a great match, but it just showed why Cody Rhodes and Goldust make an incredible team. They are probably WWE's best tag team right now.
Biggest asset by far.
Yeah. And SmackDown, it was actually the beginning of SmackDown that made my number 4 point here, with Vicky Guerrero coming out, addressing Big Show's firing. Then came Alberto Del Rio, begging not to... Vicky said if Alberto's so adamant not to face Cena, She asks Alberto if he was telling the truth on Raw, where he said Vicky is sexy, and so tells him to kiss her, which he does. She tells him to kiss on the cheek, which he does, and then she finally tells him to French kiss her, but then wants one more, and you guessed it right there, straight from the book of the great Vince McMahon, she wants a kiss right on her ass. But this is where Damien Sandow comes out and says Alberto Del Rio is scared. Now, it was actually this bit that makes my number 5 point, where he says, Alberto sees you as a sex object that he thinks he can manipulate. Yes, you're beautiful, but do you know what part of you I'm most attracted to?
Her shadow.
No, her superior intellect. And you know what, guys? This is the point here where it seemed like Damien Sandow works well as a face.
I didn't see it as facey. I saw it as the lesser of two heels.
It was, but it was a bit of a tease. He was kind of.
Stop right there.
Go on.
Oh,
We have got Sandow news.
oh,
Can't ruin it for me.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Let's continue.
Okay.
No one talks about my Damien.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Basically, that right there was SmackDown.
I'd like to say awesome, but I can't.
It wasn't. No.
It was a SmackDown as SmackDown usually
Yeah.
is, but as always after SmackDown, comes
That's all we have
the
time
Raw.
for. That's all we have time for.
What?
Yeah.
No?
No.
Do I not get to tell you my 7-point review of Raw?
Imran, do you really want to hear it?
I do.
Oh, fine.
Yeah, well, there you go. Overruled, Rizza. Overruled. So we start with my number 1 point for Raw, which was HB Shizzle. Talking about training Daniel Bryan, so they're obviously going down that route. It could go two ways. HB Shizzle could do the whole "I'm sorry, I love you" thing to Daniel Bryan, or he counts the pin for Orton. Either way, HBK does what's best for business. Orton comes out and tries to intimidate HB Shizzle, then tries to RKO him, but then it gets reversed into a Sweet Chin Music that nearly happens, and I don't know what the point in all this is, and I especially don't know what the point of all this is when The Miz comes out. Now, I wasn't actually going to write any notes to this match because it was Orton versus Miz, but as Miz gets ready for the figure four, the Wyatt family interrupts him. And they just appear, as you say, on the entranceway, and they interrupt Miz, and it leads to an Orton win with the RKO. The next point number 2, Los Matadores entrance with JBL shouting "Ole!" is awesome. Take notes, Miz. We get another rematch between Primo and Epico and 3MB. Again, Los Matadores win. El Torito, the Bull, hits a Bull Ton, I think Senton Bull version on Jinder Mahal. Point number 3. Triple H and Stephanie H come out to next talk about Big Show, knocking out the COO. Now, I'm loving the crowd tonight. I'm gonna come on to that a bit later on as well, but "you got knocked out" chants are thrown towards Triple H. Stephanie H mentions that they bought out the mortgage on Big Show's house, so now they own him. I don't know how property law works, but I'm pretty sure that you can't buy someone's house without their consent. Anyway, I stopped listening. Triple McMahon began talking. He says that he became the COO for the WWE Universe. He says that he's reached his breaking point. And, and then he talks about Hell in a Cell, and he mentions other pay-per-views in his promo. Daniel Bryan comes out, but he gets attacked from behind by Alberto Del Rio. Stephanie H makes Del Rio versus Daniel Bryan later on tonight. Point number 4. We have 2 beat the clock matches to determine who gets to pick the stipulation between Ryback and Punk at Hell in a Cell. Now, Ryback beats R-Truth in 5 minutes and 44 seconds, but then we get something really, really special. We get a Ryback Blu-ray promo about his streak and about his time in WCW and about how he was the world champion. Oh, no, wait, that was Goldberg, yeah. Sorry. Anyway, could he be returning? Maybe. We never know. Maybe a Goldberg versus Goldberg match at WrestleMania. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, Punk defeats Curtis Axel with 11 seconds left. Now CM Punk gets to pick the stipulation for the match. And he picks a handicap match where it's CM Punk against Ryback and Paul Heyman. In a Hell in a Cell. Point number 5, Daniel Bryan versus Alberto Del Rio gets interrupted when Randy Orton pops up on the Titantron and goes to check on Brie Bella. Orton goes into the trainer room, closes the door, and all you hear is the Divas screaming. What happened? Did Orton poop in a bag again? Bryan makes his way backstage and gets jumped by Randy Orton. Point number 6. And this is my main point of the night, and I don't know why this wasn't point number 7. So we're going to make it point number 7. Point number 6, the previous point number 7, is the crowd, which was perfect tonight, for St. Louis especially. They weren't too smarky, they were cheering the faces, they were booing the heels, they weren't having stupid chants. Every chant was perfect at the right time. They seemed to be really over with Daniel Bryan, which is exactly what you want. And even Orton got booed in his hometown, which is huge, which is awesome, which means that they're doing the right thing with Orton. So we move on to my final point of Raw. And as you can all guess, it's The Shield versus Cody Rhodes and Goldust, which was announced earlier as a no disqualification match for the tag team titles. It's the main event of Raw. I wrote this before watching the match. It's the main event of Raw, so surely they're going to win the tag team titles, or something big is going to happen, right?
Yeah.
And indeed, something big does. In fact, the Big Show comes out of the crowd, knocks out the Shield, and the Rhodes win the tag team titles. And there is a silver lining to the cloud that was Battleground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only problem I had with it was the fact that they didn't get to celebrate. They would have deserved that celebration, and it would have been the final image of Raw for this week. And instead we get Big Show and Triple H staring down at each other to end Raw. Apart from that minor point at the end, I think Raw was very, very good.
What rating would you give that?
I would give it 12 out of 3.
12 out of 3, not bad. But just to be clear, your number 7 is your number 1 point.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense now. That makes a lot more sense.
Yes, that's my number 3 is my number 8. I don't see the problem.
I think the best way to go about this is actually talking about the Goldust and Cody Rhodes tag team win. Do you think that's a good thing as a whole, considering they beat the Shield for it?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Getting the tag team titles off the Shield was perfect at this moment in time.
At this moment, yeah, I would agree. Any other time, probably not. This moment.
Agreed.
Definitely.
Yeah, they're really hot, aren't they? Like, brothers, like, they're really on a hot streak.
They were definitely the standout performers of Battleground. Like, if it wasn't for that match, I think a lot of people would have been annoyed. And I think people were rightfully annoyed anyway.
Battleground wasn't exactly... It didn't live up to expectations, being the first of its kind. The results didn't go the right way. But I think WWE have fixed that this week, especially with the main event.
Oh, and the John Cena promo was on Raw as well. Were really, really good.
Was that the video diary and stuff?
Yeah, I thought they were really good. They told this story very well.
Is there anything else you guys want to discuss about Raw and SmackDown for that matter?
I think a couple of weeks ago I said that the actual storylines were a bit of a slow burn, but I think this week they've picked up a bit and they've got twists and turns. It is great to see. So
let's go a quick prediction. Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Hell in a Cell, Shawn Michaels referee. What is Shawn Michaels going to do?
Well, that's what I mean. There's so many twists and turns that this could take, but I see it as a way to bring back Shawn Michaels, and he's going to have a match at WrestleMania.
I don't think that. I think
he's retired. He's retired.
He's retired.
Yeah.
He's done plenty of times, though.
But his last match was against The Undertaker. If he comes back, that match with The Undertaker will just go down as an ordinary match. Shawn Michaels needs to go down as his final match was against the dead man who ended his career.
Unless he faces Triple H.
That's it. That's what I see things going down as.
But then does it not make more sense to have Randy Orton with Triple H versus Daniel Bryan with Shawn Michaels?
Survivor Series, maybe?
Exactly, that's another way of going, but then you could think Vince McMahon might use Shawn as his guy.
Yeah, no, but then Vince McMahon may use John Cena as his guy.
Exactly, as Imran said, there's so many possibilities.
And the triple threat is alive. And then Shane McMahon comes back and picks the Big Show.
But yeah, so Arif, what do you think? What do you think will happen with Shawn?
I think he'll kick Brian in the face and do what's best for Triple H.
Right?
Yeah, I'm going to stick by the WrestleMania. He's setting up a WrestleMania return match.
That's interesting. I'm going to say, not like anyone cares, I'm going to say...
Yeah, no one asked for your opinion.
Can I not just give it, please?
You can, but no one...
I'm going to say he is going to make Bryan win. Daniel Bryan. And I think we're finally going to have Daniel Bryan as a solid champion. For a short
I think it's too early. Yeah.
I think it's been dragging out too long, in my opinion. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. Moving on. Time for Arif's favourite segment. He loves this more than his own theory of the week.
I do. No.
You just agreed with me. Well, it is time for the news, so please hit the music. Mike today signs for WWE. Hot news story. Well, when that happens, I will tell you. But unfortunately, the news hasn't exactly been mind-blowing. There's still some decent facts and stories I've got for you today. An article about WWE.com, they've reported that The Shield, are now, but were the 5th longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions of all time. They beat Air Boom, Eminem, and the Hart Dynasty to get 5th spot. They're only counting the WWE Tag Team titles, which were created in 2002.
They beat Eminem.
and not the World Tag Team titles. So those tag team titles are not being counted. Only the WWE. The Shield, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, 147 days. Quickly, any of you guys can figure out who the top 4 are. Not the days.
Briscoes.
Pardon?
The Briscoes.
WWE Tag Team Champions.
WWE.
Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio.
Okay, Imran, any guesses?
Do you remember MVP and Matt Hardy?
Yeah, you're both wrong. Number 4, Team Hell No, 245 days. Hey. Number 3, Arif will love this, The Miz, John Morrison, 250 days. Number 2, The Colons, Primo Carlito, 280 days. Wow. Number 1, Paul London and Brian Kendrick still remain number 1, 331 days.
Wow.
But yeah, well done to The Shield. They broke in at number 5.
Not bad for a guy who got fired for smiling when Vince McMahon blew up.
Word over the last few days is that Bray Wyatt suffered an injury working a house show. So much so that he had to use crutches.
It's been sit down on Raw.
But he always sits down. But it's been reported that he has suffered a deeply bruised calf muscle. They evaluated him again before Monday Night Raw, but I think they will keep him out of the ring probably until Hell in a Cell if a match takes place. Several WWE stars, including John Cena, Zack Ryder, and more, they've started a Twitter petition. As Imran said, Xavier Woods. They're trying to rehire The Big Show following his on-screen firing by Stephanie McMahon on Raw. Although it is a work, if interested, you can sign the petition. A link is in the description. Well, we will put it in the description. The filming for See No Evil 2 is done. Finished.
See No Evil 2? I didn't know it was evil the first time.
See No Evil 2.
Okay.
WWE Superstar Kane will now be able to return to WWE full-time. I don't think there's a set date for his return, but I think they will bring him back sooner rather than later, especially if they want a match at Hell in a Cell. With Hell in a Cell, there were plans to keep John Cena off of WWE TV until the return. It is being rumoured that he could be brought back on TV as soon as next week.
Wow.
To begin hyping his world title match against Del Rio. The reason for that is because of the low Raw ratings. According to WWE source, the company are in full panic mode after back-to-back 2.7 ratings. They're hoping the returns of John Cena and Vince McMahon will lift those ratings. Obviously, nothing's confirmed. If it is, we'll tell you next week. Again, with Hell in a Cell, the matches are supposed to be really good. They're stacking the deck so heavily for this event because the WWE are concerned that they may have alienated their pay-per-view buying audience. I don't know if you've heard this or not, but fans demanded refunds following Night of Champions because they paid for a finish that was completely overturned less than 24 hours later on the free Raw show. And this is in the United States anyway. And fans started chanting refund after the Battleground pay-per-view in Buffalo as well. Due to that, WWE are going to bring in John Cena as they have, the CM Punk match, and I think they're hoping to have Bray Wyatt take on Kane as well. So that should be good. And we're finally going to have a legit WWE champion by the end of Hell in a Cell.
Fingers crossed.
Big news, the big news obviously, bringing back a figure like Shawn Michaels hopefully will boost some ratings. I don't know if Imran mentioned this in the review. Last week's round taping, the Los Matadors faced the tag team El Locals. According to sources, the El Local tag teams were Ricardo Rodriguez and Tyson Kidd under masks.
Ooh.
Which, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that.
The best friends.
They are?
Are they?
The super best friends.
Didn't see them on Total Divas.
No,
they hang out all the time.
Let's move on. RVD is gone for now. His contract structure of working 90 days, then getting time off, was something Triple H came up with. Vince McMahon approved the idea when it was pitched to him. RVD wants to work on other projects as well, which is why he's not here.
Hey Vince, I got this kid. Oh, sign him up to a 90-day contract.
But keeping in mind, RVD is allowed to work with other wrestling companies during his time off, but he can't appear on TV or DVD releases. But WWE Creative, they want RVD back in time for the Royal Rumble and book him through to Extreme Rules, which I think is just over 90 days. Obviously, they need to come up with another deal, but I'm sure they can work that out. An interview with Good Day Columbus, Alberto Del Rio, he was asked about the status of Rey Mysterio out of character, and he said, we're waiting for him, we need him, he's a great superstar, he's a legend, and he'll be back soon. It was nice.
That's nice to hear.
That's nice to hear. This is nice to hear as well. The Undertaker could reportedly return to WWE TV for the Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, obviously depending on his health. He was originally set to appear at SummerSlam in a tag team match with Kane against The Shield. As you remember, he's not appeared on TV since he was injured when he was slammed through the table after WrestleMania. Some creative ideas have been presented to Undertaker. Obviously, we know he does have a big say in who he faces. He met with Triple H a few weeks ago. Obviously, his return depends on how he physically feels. Something to interest Arif now, which could probably disappoint him.
Everything interests me.
There are rumours that Wade Barrett's character will be repackaged again.
Oh.
Simply because the feeling is the roster is lacking depth in the heel department. Now,
I heard somebody's talking about me.
It's said to be unlikely that his new gimmick will be Bad News Barrett. That is not happening.
Oh.
The character obviously see...
It's not a gimmick. It's my life.
The character we see on the JBL and Cole show that appears on WWE's YouTube channel and stuff. Many in the company feel it would be surprising if the higher ups they chose to do anything that's featured on YouTube. Which I wouldn't think it's a bad way to go because obviously he's got a positive reaction, hasn't he, as Bad News Barrett.
Bad News Barrett.
But yeah, to finish off the news for this week, WWE may be planning to turn Damien Sandow into a babyface soon. There were initial plans of having Sandow cash in and not win the World Heavyweight title.
What? Really?
But now it appears he is set to have a title run in the future.
Thank God.
I don't know what to make of that.
Oh,
Sandow.
Yes. Oh, Cena wins at Hell in a Cell, and then Sandow cashes in. Sandow becomes the World Heavyweight Champion. And
genuinely hope so.
Look how strong that'll make him.
Exactly. Yeah. Cashing in on Cena specifically will make him
winning.
Yeah.
It made Edge, it made RVD into the world champions at the time.
Exactly. Along with Sandow, his signature cartwheel celebration, he's not going to be doing that anymore. NXT star Aiden English, he's using that gimmick. Vince McMahon thinks it's going to hurt Sandow if he's doing the same thing as a developmental wrestler. So you understand where he's coming from.
Surely it should be the other way around though. Surely Aiden English, surely Sandow should have seniority anyway.
I have no idea. But yeah, that's all we have for the news this week. Anything I've missed, please do get in touch, let us know, Twitter, Facebook, or contact us through our website, www.tme-podcast.com. Also, something we actually missed, Arif and Imran, we are going to Raw, aren't we, November 11th?
November 11th, special episode.
November 11th, we will have some content from there, whether it's pictures, videos, a live recording, who knows what can happen. But we will let you know everything that goes on there in the live event. So, Imran, can you take it away for our very exciting segment?
Yep, the return of Beat the Buzzer.
Woo!
Right, and now guys, you know...
That was a great reaction. What was that? Sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. But you know guys, every story has two sides of the same story, and that's where you two come in. I'll be asking you a question, and I want one person to say one side of the story, the other says the other. You got it? You're used to this.
Yeah. We're ready.
Right? Arif's used to giving his opinion on something he doesn't really believe in.
I just feel like my opinion gets tainted when I have to agree or disagree with certain topics.
Well, that's life. We can't do anything about that.
That's life.
Okay, so not true.
Right, so 30 seconds each, guys. You ready for
That's what all the people say. You're flying high in April.
Okay, should we start
Shot
this off?
down in May.
Imran, you should have seen that coming. I could see that from a mile away. You should have seen that coming.
Yeah. Right, you ready now, guys, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Don't
We're
encourage him.
ready.
Don't encourage him.
Okay. Why is losing the tag team titles, with the Shield losing the tag team titles, a good thing, Raza? And why is it a bad thing, Arif?
But I agree. Oh.
Go, Raza.
I think it's a good thing for them to lose it because it gives Cody more prestige. He moves higher up because obviously we know the Shield haven't been defeated for so long. It's good for their family as well. Everything that's been going on with Dusty, with Goldust, they lost their jobs, they're back. And I think that really is a slap in the face of Triple H as well. But they are capable of being two of the best. And I think it's good.
The Shield are basically the cabinet for the corporation, and without the tag team titles, they lose a bit of that believability in the sense that they can beat up anybody. It doesn't really matter who it is, as long as they have the tag team titles, they look strong. Now that they've lost them, to albeit a very, very good team, but they just don't seem as perfect anymore. Even though Cody Rhodes doesn't even need the tag team titles and Goldust doesn't really want it anymore, it's a situation where we don't need them to have.
Right.
But that's life, guys.
Yep. Now going on to the second question now. I want to know why, Arif, it's too early for a Cena return, and rather tell me why it's just right.
Thank you. Here we go. Cena returns are usually surprises. They're usually exciting. They usually come out of nowhere. If he returns at Hell in a Cell, yes, it's going to bring in new faces. Yes, it's going to bring back people to watching the product because everyone seems to love Cena. But at the end of the day, you're not making it a surprise. You're not making it exciting for people. You want to be able to wake up in the morning and think, oh crap, I want to check the results from last night, and then read that John Cena returned and be like, oh no,
Arif has kind of contradicted himself. It is still a surprise because no one expected.
Not a surprise. We know he's coming back.
But nobody expected the announcement that Cena's going to come back.
An announcement doesn't equal a surprise.
Because he was scheduled to be out.
I will be on the show next week. That's an announcement. Me arriving will be a surprise.
Is that what? Do I get extra time for this?
Surprise.
No, Raza, this is your time.
It's my time. Arif has hijacked my time. I was going to say one thing is ratings. That's it. That's all you can say. He brings in the ratings. What's so bad about it? And
unfortunately, you didn't have enough time there.
And he's coming back for the World Heavyweight Championship.
All the time.
You take my time, I'll take your time.
No.
This is taking the podcast time.
Right, because of that, we're going to go on to your favourite superstar now, Damien Sandow. Arif, I want you to tell me why a face turn is bad, and Raza, tell me why it's a good thing for Damien Sandow. 3, 2, 1, go.
Damien Sandow as a face does not work. It's that simple. He's cocky, he's arrogant. Look what happened to the last person that was like this. The Miz. The Miz is the most believable heel in the company when he is a heel. He's a terrible face. The same thing will happen to Damien Sandow. The same thing kind of happened to CM Punk. He isn't as ruthless, he isn't as entertaining when he's a face. At the end of the day, we need Damien Sandow to stay as a heel.
Nice.
Yeah.
10 seconds gone.
Interesting question. I like the question. It's really makes you think. But yeah.
You could just carry on talking about the last question if you'd like.
It's fine. I forgot what was going. Man, I've run out of time.
Great answers, guys. Great answers, right.
It goes quick. It goes really quick.
It does. Now, going back onto the Shield, now some people are saying they have made a place amongst the greatest of tag teams. Now, Arif, tell me why they do have a place amongst some of the greatest tag teams, and Raza, tell me why they don't go.
From the moment that the Shield enter the arena, the crowd goes crazy. They don't know which direction they're coming from. They don't know who they're going to beat up. It's entertaining when there's The Undertaker in the ring and Sierra, Hotel, Indigo, Echo, Lima, Delta starts playing. Shield come out and take him out. This was one of the greatest things that the WWE has ever come up with, because they made a team out of 3 individuals that had never been in the WWE.
I think basing it on their entrance is probably not the best way to go. I think at the minute it's too early to consider them on the team. Who knows what can happen with the Shield? If they were without Triple H and his cronies and everything, then maybe they still would have been on the right path. But the fact that they're working for someone, I think they kind of lose their seriousness about them. But yeah, as in, I don't believe in what I'm saying. I do think they are one of the greatest teams, but in a way,
the nature of the game.
Yeah, in a way, I just think it's too early. I've got no doubt that they will be there, but right now.
Right, great, and now finally the last one.
Finally,
Raza, tell me why at WrestleMania 30 we will see a Shawn Michaels return over Arif's Goldberg return.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, this is weird. I think we will see Shawn Michaels because he's probably still got a good relationship with Triple H, who seems to be running things with the WWE. Even though he left, he still makes the odd appearance. So I think that is more likely to happen than Goldberg, who's not been on our screens for 10 years now, I think. Which I think is unlikely because of the length of time he's been out, and we don't know his status with the likes of Triple H and Vince McMahon, whether their relationship is good or not. Just for that reason, I would say Shawn Michaels' return is more believable.
Goldberg, yes, has a terrible relationship with the owner of the WWE. Yes, hates the business. Yes, hates Triple H. But at the end of the day, he's actually still there. If you've noticed, he's actually still wrestling week in, week out. He just beat R-Truth.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but how could he not be at WrestleMania? I wouldn't really call it a return, though, Imran. I think you're a bit confused. I think it's more just an appearance because he's already there. But yeah, I can definitely see it happen, especially over a Shawn Michaels return.
Right, great answers, guys. Great answers. I'm sure the fans are going to like that. They're going to have their own opinions. Now, I want the fans to email us in any question that they think I should ask these guys next week, and make it a tough one. We want these guys thinking, yeah?
You know we're not very good at when thinking is required.
You can also specify who you want to answer, which side of the argument as well, if you guys would like.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be interesting. Arif.
Ooh.
The clouds have opened.
I was waiting for the music.
And
the music starts just after we introduce it.
It's time for Arif's Theory of the Week.
Why does it sound like every time we announce the Theory of the Week, Arif does his whistle? It sounds like all I can picture is tumbleweed across a desert.
No,
that's all I can picture.
It's when you walk through a deserted cave and...
Okay. Like that makes it any better.
Tumbleweed! And you don't know where something's going to pop out. For example, my theory of the week. My theory this week, guys, is about Bray Wyatt. Now, over the past couple of weeks, Bray's been tweeting pictures of Kane being brainwashed by the cult of Wyatt. But why, you ask? There's only one reason that Bray and the Wyatts are taking such a keen interest in Kane. Bray Wyatt's sister Abigail is none other. Brace yourselves, guys. Brace yourselves.
I'm ready. I'm strapped in. And I'm ready.
Then Katie Vick.
Oh my god.
Imran, just note down the time, I think, and the day. This is probably Arif's greatest theory yet.
Katie Vick, as you all know, was the deceased former lover of Kane. Unfortunately, certain circumstances occurred for the Katie Vick storyline to become infamous within the WWE and the universe. But what better time? I can't even believe I'm saying this. What better time to return the story of Katie Vick than to bring in Bray Wyatt? Now, eventually, this brainwashing will lead to Kane returning at the side of Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family, and having repented, he will lead them to WrestleMania, where Bray Wyatt or Kane will face The Undertaker. We'll get an Undertaker win, as we always do, and eventually, at the end of the show, we'll get Kane and The Undertaker attacking the Wyatts, taking them out, and retiring together at WrestleMania 30. That, my friends, is my theory of the week. Tumbleweed, yes? Tumbleweed.
I apologise. I apologise.
An apology.
I think you're right. Obviously, Katie Vick's storyline was probably the worst.
Yes.
Storyline, but I think that probably is a way to. I don't know. I'm surprised that could work. Whether the WWE creative are intelligent enough to actually pull off a move like that.
Yeah, intelligent as you, Arif. Yeah.
Remains to be seen.
Yeah, that is quite possibly your best theory of the week. I'm really
obviously
impressed.
doubted me. If any of you listeners, if you agree with him, which I'm sure you will, or disagree with him, please email us. Let us know. Arif will personally read them out on the podcast.
I will.
And if you're not familiar with that storyline, just
please don't watch it. Please don't. Please don't.
Don't Google Katie Vick.
Yeah, don't.
Or Google it.
YouTube
if you really want. We can't stop you.
Us three saying no will probably make our 5 potential listeners go and Google it.
True.
But yeah, and we're moving towards the conclusion. I'm up for a bit of fun, although I hate fun. So what have you got planned for us today?
Well, it's time for the weekly game section, and
I love your enthusiasm. I love it.
Yep.
He's ready.
Yeah.
Come on, let's do this.
One of you are going to go out, alright? And we're going to take it in turns. I'm going to ask you 10 questions. You've got 1 minute each to answer the questions, right? They're tough questions. I'm going to put you on the spot, and I want your honest to God answers, right? You ready?
Let's send Arif out.
Oh.
You're out.
Although Mike Tanner, he just tweeted that he's in the main event podcast waiting room.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece.
And right, guys, he's finally gone.
Finally.
Yep, I knew the candy would do the trick.
Well, so you planted that there?
Yes, I did. Yep. Just wait to see what I've got in store for you.
Well played. Yeah, I'm ready for this.
You ready for this, yep?
I'm ready.
Right, 1 minute. Remember that, 1 minute.
Yeah.
It goes. If you thought 30 seconds went really fast,
this minute will be 10 questions.
10 questions in under a minute. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
We're starting now. Who's your favourite wrestler?
Damien Sandow.
Best WWE game of all time?
WWE, Here Comes the Pain.
Best stipulation?
Hell in a Cell.
What's the worst match finish ever?
By Night of Champions. No, Battleground.
Worst pay-per-view finish?
I have no idea, pass.
What's your opinion of Triple H?
He's selfish.
Who's the greatest manager of all time?
I'm going to say Paul Heyman from what I've seen.
And what's the greatest Raw moment of all time?
Raw 1000, my favourite moment was CM Punk putting The Rock to sleep.
What's your opinion of Bray Wyatt?
She's what we need right now in the future.
What's the worst finisher ever?
I don't know, some standard DDT. That probably matches my some of my answers.
Yeah, I thought you might expand a bit on him, but
it's just on the spot thinking is not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah. Now, Rosa.
Yeah.
Look down. Can you see the cookies?
Oh.
Follow.
Yeah. Follow the cookies.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going. Alright, you're in.
And now Iris back and Raza's gone.
Finally, the show can continue.
Bit of peace and quiet at last.
Exactly.
Right, 1 minute you've got Arif with 10 questions to answer, right?
Okay.
And the minute starts now. Who's your favourite wrestler?
CM Punk.
What's the best WWE game of all time?
WWE Raw for the Xbox.
Best stipulation?
Handicapped match. Hell in a Cell.
What's the worst match finish ever?
Gobbledygooker versus Pat Patterson.
What's
That
the
was
worst?
terrible, right?
Yeah. What's the worst pay-per-view finish ever?
The one that I can remember. So Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton.
What's your opinion of Triple H?
He's a good guy. He is a nice person.
Who's the greatest manager of all time?
Bobby the Brain Heenan. No joke.
And the greatest Raw moment of all time?
Probably the moment where Hornswoggle popped up from out of the ring and was announced as the Raw GM.
What's your opinion of Bray Wyatt?
He's okay. Any more questions?
Wow, we have a first. You only answered 9 questions. Normally,
what was the 10th question?
The 10th question was, what's the worst finisher ever?
Probably the Sister Abigail.
Worst finisher?
Yep, ever.
Okay.
Is what I would say.
Right. But we
no
have a first.
No matter who hates it.
We have a first. Irish did not finish before the timer.
Unfortunately, it seems to be the case.
Yep, and
it's because I expanded. I shouldn't have expanded.
Yeah, just a quick heads up.
You did not expand. You did not expand.
I expanded.
No, I wouldn't say you expanded. We'll let the listeners decide whether you expanded. Oh, you might want to tell him our answers, but my answers anyway.
It's fine, I'll listen to them on the show. And if you missed them, ladies and gentlemen, you can listen to the show again.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think that's all we have time for today. It's been great. Finally returned on the WWE podcast.
It's been fun.
Has been fun, as always. Remember our brand new website, www.tme.com. That doesn't exist. www.tme-podcast.com. Everything you need.
/ Arif is great.
That page does not exist. On the website, everything's there, our latest content. Obviously, if you can't view us on YouTube, if you've not got an Apple ID, you can't subscribe to us, or you don't want to sign up to Podomatic, you don't have to. You can just visit the website. Everything is on there for you to listen to us. Submit any suggestions. Tell us how much you hear Arif. Any new segment ideas as well. They'd be appreciated.
Yep, contact us. Give us tough questions. We love your questions and your opinions.
If there's anything good, we'll read them out on the show. If they're terrible, we'll probably read them out anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Well, guys, as always, it's been fun. It's a bye from me.
It's a bye from me.
And it's a see you later from me. Take care, guys. Thank you.